What's going on, guys? My name is Jacek Tata. For the newcomers here, usually me and my son are doing videos. I know there's a lot of younger cats watching this. Today, Jacek is in school. He's learning. So I'm gonna teach you your parents some tips and tricks over here. I had a lot of people. I posted a couple stickers that I did for businesses, for Jacek, just having some fun. But I had a lot of people reach out to me on how to create the stickers step by step. What printer do you use, what ink do you use, what machine, and everything like that. So in today's video, we'll go through all the steps. I'll show you guys how to create these stickers, how to print them, what paper I use, and we'll cut them. I've done these stickers, I've given, to friends and family. I've had, businesses reach out for them. So it's a fun little project. It's definitely cool. I know a lot of, craft people. This is something that you could put into, your sales pitch when you do different things. So it's definitely fun activity. What we're going to do is we'll boot up Silhouette Studio. I do have a Cricut. I've never tried the sticker portion, creating stickers on the Cricut, so I can't really help you guys with that. This is strictly going to be Silhouette Studio with the Cameo 4, what I'm using. I know, I've used this Cricut for different things with HTV and different vinyls, as you can see. So I know the layout is much different when it comes to the software. So what we're going to do is we'll boot up Studio. As you can see, we're in here. First thing what you want to do is just go to page setup. Alright, just make sure everything's properly connected. It would make it easier for you if you do have your machine connected and powered on, just so when you go to send it, you'll see the cups and everything like that, on the screen live time. Media size, again, make sure it's letter. We're just printing, we're going to be printing on the inkjet. I have created these stickers on a laser printer. This is what I'm using here for you guys. I'll put all the links in the description and everything like that for the paper. It does say that it's good for inkjet and laser. I've ran a couple of them on the laser printer. What happens is the laser printer gets very hot very quick. So when I did, it was about 8 or 10 stickers on one sheet. Usually the bottom two had like a white mark going through them because there was too much heat on them. So I kind of strayed away from that and started using the inkjet. And then also when I tried the matte and the glossy from this brand, they both work fantastic. When I used the glossy paper on the inkjet, what happened is it got rid of the gloss. I guess the heat just had a negative reaction to it, so it made the paper matte. I'll post a quick picture for you guys so you can see on one of the logos and one of the labels that I did for a customer. This is literally the identical paper. It's the glossy paper. One was just ran through an inkjet and the other one was ran through a laser. So it does say it works on both. I would just stick to the inkjet. It just makes it much smoother, especially on the gloss, because it makes a huge difference there. I'm sure there's paper out there that does work with both, but it is vinyl. Vinyl is sensitive to heat, so we're sticking with the inkjet here. Once we're in letter set up, let's throw in the registration marks. It's going to be, again, page setup, the third one on the right, registration marks. We want these, so when we tell the machine where to cut, once you put the paper onto your mat, you'll this corner will go into the corner of the mat, line everything up properly, and just make sure when you do line it up on the mat, just how it is here, make sure the top corner and the bottom corner are on the line. I've had it where, some people, lay down the mat and like this overhangs a little bit in one area, this goes and this overhangs in a little bit, in this area you got, minimal gap. What happens is it throws off the cut, so then, your white spacing, if you're doing this, the offset on the stickers, it pushes it out and it throws it off. So try to make it, on the line as close as possible. So we have the registration marks here. We'll start, all my pictures that I'm going to be using are PNG. It's just, what I export my stuff as. Certain stickers, if you're running like JPEGs and stuff like that, there'll be steps where you don't have to do what we're going to be doing in this video. It does make it easier. But I did want to show you also with these, just because, there are certain stickers that just kind of come like that, or different photos and different images that, the transparency is there. So we'll go through and you'll see what I mean once we get, further into the video. Again, PNG, all my pictures are going to be huge. It's just, again, the way that I export them. What you do is, if you have a large image, just click on the lock here, so you could lock in the aspect ratio, because if you have this unlocked and say you do, you know, 3, it distorts it. So what we want to do is just lock it in 3, and then it'll keep the aspect ratio as what we want. I am running on Windows here, so to zoom in, we could do Alt and just, you know, scroll in on the wheel. First step, what we're gonna do, get rid of that, is we're going to trace the image. Again, you could do this on all of your images. You know, you could put, you know, whatever images you want. You got 5 of them. You could do it all in one shot. Especially when it comes to JPEGs, it's much easier because then you don't have to go around tweaking every single one. So what we're gonna do, you know, but I do want to show you guys. We have about 9 stickers, 9 images that we'll go through today. And again, just to kind of help you show the steps on each one, so you guys are familiar instead of, you know, rewinding the video. We'll go on to the next one. You could keep watching. So we are here again. Select trace area. It's going to give you a little grid. You'll have the little arrow. You do not need the picture for it to be, you know, on your, you know, your print area. You could do it off to the side. Highlight. It's going to turn yellow. All you have to do here is bump up your threshold to 100, because all we want is the outside line. Instead of clicking trace, just click trace outer edge. So as you can see, is we have a red line that went around the image here. So if we plop it in, fits perfectly. We are good to go. Next step is on the right side. We're going to click the star. This is our offset. We click on the image and then offset. You could leave it as your default. This is, you know, just personal preference, what you guys want, what your customer wants. What I usually do here for distance is 0.050 with rounded corners. Click apply, and it just, you know, looks a little clean. It's not too much, and then we're good to go. We are pretty much done here. One thing that, you know, I've seen a lot of people do, it makes, you know, it makes it much tougher, is there's a red line that we created originally when we traced it going around the image. So if we go into it now, let me just drag both of these over here onto the mat. So if we click send, and then even if we want to do the outer edge, it still clips in on some of them here. So it gives you 2 cuts. So then what happens is sometimes your original cut that you traced is actually going to get cut out. So then you just kind of have a white border just laying, and then your sticker doesn't have the white border because you trimmed it off. So what, to get rid of that, all you have to do is, you know, just unclick it so we're not, you know, selecting the whole thing. Take your image. People do it with the image there. It's just much harder to try to find it. Top left, get your arrow tool, get the cursor. Click on the interior line and delete. Okay? And we are good to go. If we go to send, got cut. Cut is good. Now, a lot of you guys are probably noticing, like, oh, there's a cut in the middle here. So this is what happens with certain PNGs. Not all of them, and also it depends on the offset. If we bump up the offset, it will get rid of this. But I don't want to do that. So one easy way is, you know, you can do picture in, picture out, doesn't matter. Just come to the left, click on your dots, and you'll see going around the whole image. And then this one has minimal. It's only, you know, 2 dots here to it. Once we go further, you'll see that there's other ones. All you got to do is just click on them, click your delete button. You're good to go. Cursor, send. And as you can see, that's no longer there. We just have cut edge. So back in our design here, you could leave it like this. You could, you know, highlight both of them. So if you can move them around, what happens is if you don't highlight both of them, you start moving it around, just kind of moving the picture. So what you could do just to, you know, not run into this issue. This is also good if you go to resize and say you're editing while it's bigger. Just highlight both, select them both, right click, and just click group. So then even if you click off of it, no matter what you click on, it moves both of them. And again, this is good when you go to resize, because then you're not trying to resize both of them. You're not trying to resize the outer offset plus the image here. Alright guys, and that's pretty much, you know, the steps for, you know, for the simple pictures. You know, this is it. We got it. We're good to go. When you plop it in, just make sure wherever you are that you're within the registration marks, within the grid. If you go off to the side, it won't be able to do it. So just make sure your cut lines are within the grid, you know, the red line and the, you know, the crosshatch grid. We bring in another picture. Again, we can zoom out if we want. Just did that one, so let's go to another one. So now when you drag in another picture, make sure don't drop it into the picture that you did or into other images that you have here, because it will just take the shape of what's there. Just make sure you drop it off to the side. Again, I'll minimize mine. Again, not everyone's going to be doing all these steps here. We're going to go back to the right into our toolbar here. Click trace. Click select trace area. Highlight what we want. And just again, make sure your image is within and it's just overlapping a little bit. We turn yellow. We want solid fill. Threshold 100. Trace outer edge. Cursor. We are good to go here. This one's very simple. This one's nice and easy. Back to the right. Click on the offset. Click the image. Offset. Again, I like mine at 0.50. Click apply. We're good to go. Move the picture. Interior line. Click on it. Click delete. And we're good to go. Highlight both of them. Right click on group. And we are good to go. So we are done with these two stickers. Again, some of these are very, very simple where we're kind of good to go. 2 seconds we're in. Again, what's nice is, you can put down 5 of these stickers. If you're doing this guy, you highlight all of them. You select your trace area as the whole letter paper. And then you could do it all in one shot as opposed to doing it individually. Let's bring in another one. Three. Again, make it whatever size you guys want. Now, one thing I do want to show you guys is to be careful about is it makes it a little harder. You are able to do, I have like the snap click in, so it's it's tougher for me because I use it with the ruler. When you go into your trace and you click select traced area, if you want it and you like, okay, I got the guy, what happens and you overlap it, what happens is you start clicking in on the other images and it starts tracing those as well. So that's why I just like to, move my guy off to the side, move him a little bit lower. So when I do select the trace area, I don't have to worry about that overlapping. Select trace area, threshold 100, trace outer edge. As you can see, we got that bad boy. Get your offset, click on it, click on the image, offset here. Again, you can leave it, whatever you want to do. I do 0.50. Apply, move the alien out, click on the interior line, click delete on the keyboard, put him back in, highlight both, group them, we're good to go. Again, this makes it good. So if I want to make the sticker smaller, which we'll have to do, especially when you put more stickers onto the page. Today's theme is astronauts. As you did not notice, we're in outer space. Height of 3. Move this guy around. Again, you do not have to do it on the white. I do it just makes it a little bit easier to see on certain images. First things first, select trace area. Get your whole image in it. And again, this just, bumps it up to what you want to cut. Now, if you do something like that, it will go around your, the arms. It will cut all this out. This is good if you're doing like HTV, or if you have certain images where you want to do it a different color, or you want this image, but you want the astronaut to be the color of the shirt. Then you're able to, crop it and, mess with the threshold here. For our purpose, we're doing stickers all the way up, trace outer edge, good to go. Looks good. All right. As you can see, if I move this, we have a little weird cut there, right? So let's see if we get rid of that, because then what's going to happen is the machine's going to cut in and then back out. And, really don't need that. Make the stick a little floppy on that area. So click on offset. 0.50. Apply. Go. Move it over. Click on the interior line. Delete. And now we got rid of it, which is great. So we don't have to deal with that. I'm going to group. Put this guy over here. And again, just be careful, when you do it. His hand is going to get cut off here. Won't be able to cut. Or if you do it, it's going to overlap when you're printing it. Just, make sure you leave enough space in between the stickers. Halloween time is coming around, ladies and gentlemen. We are about a month away. So it's only right for us to put in Mr. Pumpkinhead in our space. So again, trace, select trace area, threshold all the way up, trace outside, offset, we're good to go. Looks beautiful. Move the picture over, click on the interior line, delete. Let's group these guys. You know what? Look at that. Fits perfectly in there. Now we're gonna go into ones that are, you know what? One more easy one for you guys, and then we're gonna go into ones that make it a little bit tougher to edit. So we got the two friends here. Make it a little bit smaller. Again, trace, select trace area. Make sure they're highlighted. That's all we want highlighted. Okay, looks good, right? Offset on these guys here. And then again, we're just gonna move these guys back into it. Click on the image, offset 0.50. I push it off to the side, again, just to minimize, you know, it overlapping, me hitting it. It just makes it much easier for me to do it this way. Alright, so we got these guys here. Good to go. We got the offset of 0.50, right? You can move them back in there. You don't have to. Move them over. Just help see the line a little bit better. Delete the interior lines. Move them back in there. They're ready to party. Group them. Bigger, smaller. What's cool, like, you know, sticker like this. You just rotate. If you hold shift, it locks it into you on the 90. If you don't, you know, you kind of shows you the line, but it makes it difficult. So just hit shift and you get like a quick little lock in. Put them in there, right? Now I'm going to go into a little bit more difficult images. Again, I'm using PNG, so right now I'll show you guys what I meant in there earlier in the video. So we want, you got your clouds, you got your stars with this guy. What happens is, because of the transparency, whatever's behind it is going to show through. It doesn't matter where it goes. So if we do this and then we trace this image, let me get rid of that. See that little toe? Might miss that, so let's just close that out. Select trace area again, threshold all the way up. So again, it's cutting out, you know, the stars, the little planets, the clouds. You're going to be missing that. It's going to cut around that. So right now, if we go to do it and just do it this way, you won't have any white here. It's just going to cut it out. So your sticker will literally just look like this with no background, and, you know, the stars will be white. And then, you know, they would also be cut out if we don't change it. So I'll show you how to deal with that there. Let's put him back in. Let's move this guy into the paper here. So do your normal steps. Do the offset. Now, certain ways you could combat it. This sticker is a little tougher to do it with. Is if you bump this up, it gets kind of, you know, gets rid of it for you, and it will even out. But I don't want it too much. So let's see what 0.50 looks like on this. And that looks good. So click apply. Do our, you know, usual steps. Get rid of the, you know, interior. But then you look at it like, hey, like, I don't want the sticker cut like that. And, you know, I want to go around the circle. What we can do is we can edit that line. So again, go back to our dots here. And click, let's get rid of this guy, right? We don't want that there because that's going to cut it out. So that's nice and clean. So what you got to do is just click on one of these dots. They go all the way around, and when you delete them, it's going to go into a clockwise motion. So start like on the bottom left here. And just delete them along the way. Alright, let's see if let's bump out these two. That looks good to me. So now what's going to happen is this whole thing will print, and when your machine goes to cut it, it's going to cut it around the clouds. So you will actually have white clouds here. Again, let's, you know, we'll leave that corner one. Go around, click on it. Just delete, tap it for, you know, until whatever you feel comfortable. Sometimes it bunches it up like that. That's okay. We are here on the corner here. Okay. Just click through it. sometimes there's like 20 dots in one spot. Sometimes there's not. I deleted too much. If you delete too much, all you got to do is Control Z, take it back a step. Let's go back up here. Let's edit this a little bit more. See if we get rid of this. Let's see how that look. Don't like it. So let's put it back. And that's looking good for me. Now you can, tweak these. You can move them around. You can make it nicer if you want. I'm okay with this. Another thing what you can do is if you highlight this, click on the dots and click Show Panel. What you're gonna do here is have it here. When you click on it and you click Simplify, it messes with it where it kind of trims it out better in certain spots, makes it smoother. But you have to be careful because, as you can see, some of you guys probably noticed, like it starts cutting into the image here. Like we have white space here, we have white space here. His shoes, the boots started to get messed up. So I really, you can, push them once or twice and see how it goes. And see if you like it. Again, you could adjust them manually. You could add dots, take them away. I'm okay with this. It's just fun stickers, for Halloween. So, I'm okay with this here. So highlight them, group it, and now, see? So what happened is I highlighted too much, so I grouped those guys as well. I don't want that. Some of you guys, when you do it at, one step, that's what's going to happen. I don't want that here. And again, this is what's going to be getting cut. So the clouds are now going to stay in here. Group that. And we're looking good here. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. So now we're going to do 2 more images. These are going to have a lot of transparency, a lot of little objects around it. So these are perfect for me to guys show you on how, how to work it with a PNG file. Make it small. Make this one 4 just so we could, edit it a little bit better. Make it easier. Zoom in. Do our usual. Select trace area. Trace. Good to go. Now, if you want it where you don't want the stars, this and that, you're good to go here. This is all you have to do. Just adjust your threshold a little bit, if you want the line. And then just do the outer. I want all of it in the picture, or majority of it. Trace outer edge. So, if I take this off, you have a lot of little cuts, right? That's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him back. Do our usual steps. Offset. So this is where, again, as to how it was onto the astronaut with the pumpkin here, messing with this, it minimizes what we're going to have to do. So this one, we're not going to do the 0.50 because it's going to, if I go to 0.50, it's going to cut every single one individually. So it's going to become a nightmare just to, edit it. Which, to save a lot of time, let's try at 100 and see how we look. This is good. This is okay. We have ones, I'll probably just, delete these here just to ease it. We have little ones on the inside to get rid of. And that's fine. We'll click Apply. Let's move our guy out of here. Delete. Now some people are like, oh, why can't I just, delete, click on those and delete? What happens if you do that is you actually delete the whole thing. So we don't want that. Alright? So let's put him back in here. And then let's edit some of our images. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's, mess with the points here. Center them out. We got the interior ones, right? Click on it. Delete. Delete. Cool little trick is if you hold delete and just click on it, automatically does it. Hold delete, does it. It doesn't delete anything, once it's done. So there's no worries about holding it for too long. This cut, I don't want this. Because what's going to happen is it will kind of cut this out, look a little weird as a sticker. So, plop it here. Let's get rid of that. That looks beautiful. Same thing here. I like to get rid of, the smaller cuts. Or something like that is fine. We could even leave it like that if you want. It's all what you guys want to do. Alright, delete. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. How does that look? Okay, not bad. I like that. Let's get rid of the little one here. Back to, if you off click it, it's gonna go to your cursor. So back to your dots. Click on it inside, delete, delete. Let's just get rid of all the interior ones. This looks like a little weird one here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, another interior one. Sometimes you could miss these. When you go to cut it, you'll notice it more. Watch, I'll show you here as to what I mean. It'll just be like a little red dot how we saw on the other one. So, you know, prior to sending it to the machine, just look on the pictures a little closer. Let's make sure there's no extra cuts. Have that. We don't need all this. That's okay. Let's get rid of this. Again, little cut. We don't want that. It's looking good, looking good, looking good. I'm happy with this. This looks good to me. Let's get rid of this. Alright, we don't want these cuts. I'll just get rid of these guys. I was pushing them in. And same thing with this here. What's going to happen is you can leave it like this, call it a day. Some people just, you know, wander off their screens. They don't want to print it. It's a little, you know, minimal. All you got to do is click eraser tool. Make it a little bit smaller. And then delete that, delete that, delete that. Now you could do this also, you know, without clicking on red. You could delete that as well, which is great. But we got that. We're looking good to go. All right, and he's good, right? Then group it. Zoom out here. Put them down here. Beautiful. Let's go back. We'll do, I mean, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more sticker for you guys. Again, it's going to be a PNG transparent background. Makes it more difficult. You could plot these into Photoshop. You could put a circle around them. You could tweak them like that. Export them as a JPEG. You don't have to go through these steps. It makes it easier. A lot of, you know, pictures are, a lot of stickers what people do are just regular JPEGs. You know, be something like this where there is no background. You don't have to deal with it. But again, I do want to show you all the steps just in case you do run into this situation here. Click on him, aspect ratio locked in. Let's do 4. Again, we're gonna edit some stuff here. So if you look on the image, little stars, little plants, we got everything going around here. Do our trace. Let's get him in there. Threshold 100, trace outer. Good to go, looks great. Click on offset. Click on the image so we know what we're doing. Offset. And let's try 050. Let's see how we look like. Again, a little bit too small. It's just gonna be a nightmare. You can do it, you go around, but you know, definitely waste a lot of time. You know, it will be time consuming here. Let's do 100. Let's see how it was on the other one. And maybe that looks good. Let's do that. We'll do 185 on this one. Click apply. Move our action over. Again, interior line. Click delete. It is not going to get rid of all these, but before you can hit it with the eraser tool. You don't have to go around and click on dots and, you know, get rid of them. And this will get rid of it. It's a little bit quicker on certain ones. You do have to be careful though. Just zoom in, because what happens is, you know, say, you know, we're going around, we're erasing stuff, and we want to click on the side. Man, I wanted to get rid of that. What happens is you click into that line, and then you have to kind of, you know, redo it. Control Z is what I do, is just get rid of it. But it could be, could get annoying when we click on the little one. So let's just get rid of that, get rid of that. So just, you know, size it, be careful with it. You know, something like this, if it's a little too close to the line, you could, you know, like, alright, you know, I'll touch that one up with the dots and call it a day. But that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. And so now we just have just the outside. So let's put our guy back in. Cursor. Fantastic, that looks great. Beautiful. Alright, there's nothing on the inside, nothing we got to worry about. Let's group this together, right? Moving him around. Let's zoom out. Let's look at our full mat, our full paper here. Again, we group them because it makes it much easier. Make them bigger, smaller, whatever we want to do here. So bump it up here. See, guys, be careful, okay? So you're not outside the line. Got this guy here. Maybe I'll make this, you know, alien guy a little bit bigger. On the outside. Bump these guys down. This is okay. I'm not worried about this. If you guys see, it's like a tight line. It's alright. It'll cut perfectly on those two. So we got those guys. Put this guy over here. Man on the moon. You know, if you want to rotate it, see if you can fit him in a little bit bigger. You can do something like that. Move him over. Make this one maybe a little bit bigger just because we got the room. Let's see what we can do here. Size them, and then, you know, if you have clients, customers, they'll tell you, like, you know, you'll speak to them prior to, you know, the die cut stickers, you know, die cut stickers are going to be a little bit more expensive just because you have work to do with them. They are going around the image as opposed to if you have a square, your circle stickers, you know, your 3-inch diameter rounds, your, you know, 4-inch rectangular. Those are, you know, usually on the cheaper side just because it's, you know, easier cuts, I guess you could say. It's less of a time-consuming process. So here we are good to go. This is it. We did all our stickers here. So, you know, if we highlight all of them here and we go to send. So you're like, wait, what just happened here? I just, you know, I did all this work. Why do I see cut lines on the inside? So some of them are going to have cut edge and we're good to go. If you do individual ones, you know, some are in the cut and some are in the cut edge. What you want is you want cut edge, not cut, because this will cut everything on the inside and on the outside of the sticker. So here all the stars will be loose, you know, have little holes for here. Again, back to what I was saying in the beginning of the video, this will actually cut out your offset, so you'll have your sticker cut out and then you'll have an outline of your sticker there. So just click cut edge, and all the machine is going to do is just cut around the stickers that, you know, following the lines that you made. But you can't do that yet, right? What we have to do here is go to print. Again, I'm using vinyl sticky paper here. Okay? I've tried other ones. I've used, you know, regular sticker paper and then laminated it. It looks okay. It's not bad. It, you know, makes it semi-waterproof. You know, I have stickers on the desk here that, you know, if I put my cup down on it, and with those I've seen the water, you know, kind of get through it on the edges. The vinyl ones are 100% waterproof, which is great. I couldn't find any that are UV protected. I've seen, you know, different videos and different tips and tricks where people say that you could, you know, get like a spray can with like a clear coating that you could spray over the sticker to make them UV protected. Again, if you're using matte, make sure you use matte clear coat. If you're using glossy, use your glossy clear coat on that. What you would do is you would print them out, cut them, spray them. Seems like a tedious process. I haven't tried it yet. You have to lay out the stickers, do very thin coats. People say 3 or 4 coats, let them dry, 10 minutes in between, let them fully cure, and then you get your UV protection on that. I don't have any use for the UV protection. These are usually, you know, notebooks, stickers, you know, putting them on your shirts and calling it a day. I am using in the description, I'll put all the links to everything that I'm using here. I am using an Epson 2720 Eco printer. I'm not using any different ink in it, no fancy ink. I'm just using your standard stock ink that comes with the printer. I filled this printer, you know, a long time ago. I've probably done over 300 stickers now, and the printer's going strong. It's, you know, and I haven't refilled the ink yet. I was about halfway onto the bars to show the levels. I'm maybe, you know, halfway done with that, if that. So they are great. They print fantastic. I'm going to show you also my print settings. There's one thing on the back of the form. It comes with, like, you know, how to use it. It tells you to print it if you're doing it on, you know, inkjet or laser, to make sure that it's, you know, on glossy paper with the highest settings. What happens is, I've done it. It does look, you know, your detail is there, but with the inkjet, what happens is it puts too much ink on it and the paper can't absorb the ink. So when it comes off the printer, if you wipe it, you get the ink everywhere. But even if you leave it to dry, you have little patterns on it. Something, you know, it looks cool once it dries up, but it does take a while for it to dry up. It's not a clear, smooth picture. You will have just little darker spots because you have so much excess ink that's drying up in those spots. So what I do is, again, Epson 2720. We're in here. I click preferences. This is all. I'll leave that. Paper type. I've tried premium photo, semi-gloss, photo paper gloss. Tried the matte. I've tried all of these. The best one that it works on is plain paper. Plain bright white paper. Click on that setting. The only thing that I change is quality and just make it high. That's literally all I do. I don't change anything else. Click OK. And we're going to print it. And we're good to go. So I'll be right back. I'll print out the paperwork for you guys. I'll print out the images so you can see what it looks like. And I'll show you the gloss to it. Alright guys. So we're back in here. So let me show you what I mean with the gloss on this. It comes out beautiful. As you can see, you have that nice little, the glimmer and the shine to it. So the stickers came out beautiful. Print's great. Again, this print is fantastic. I love it. Oh man, this looks real good. These stickers are going to be beautiful. Oh, I'm excited, guys. This is great. Again, what you want is the block. You want that on the top left, closest to the left side of your Cameo. You want that in the corner. But again, you're not putting the square lined up with the box on the mat. You're boxing it out with this corner here. So again, this looks fantastic. It looks beautiful here, guys. All right, what I'm going to do is cut them and we're good to go. One thing that I want to do, I'm going to show you guys, is on here. It's like even with this guy, we could have probably changed that, but that's fine. These are the settings that I use. This is where, when I was doing it with the laminate, I had to cut it very deep. I bumped this down to 3, and then I run it about 31 for the force with speed of 4. This just makes it easier where I can just literally just peel it off, and we're good to go. Like, I don't have to push down on the sticker or anything like that. So those are the settings that I use. I'm using the auto blade, nothing fancy. Again, triple check it, make sure everything is being cut right. And we're looking good here. Maybe should I change that? Let's look at this guy here. No, that's fine. Let's leave it like that. I like that. So that's gonna cut that piece out. We're looking good. Again, it's not trimming it around the stars. We're gonna have clouds here. We got this. We got that. Guys, I'm stoked. These stickers look beautiful. This is gonna look good, guys. It was 25 sheets. I think it was like 15 bucks. I don't know, maybe 5 cents worth of ink here. Guys, look at all the stickers that we could make. 20 cents, 25 cents. Who's good with the math? Leave it in the comments. All right. You go somewhere else, you want these done, they're die cut, this and that. It's gonna be, all right, it's $60, 60 cents a sticker. It becomes expensive real quick, and you also have minimum orders. This is great. For projects. If you're doing wedding ones are cool to do. Little for souvenirs. Even if you have businesses, you have your craft business, you make a sticker with your logo on it, your name, your website, stick it on the back of your product, call it a day. Stick it onto bottles, notebooks for kids. These are great. Even on shirts. Me and the little guy, we printed some out. We threw a sticker on each shirt when we were out and about. That thing stuck great. This is great adhesive. It comes out really, really good. And what I also like about these, very tough to see, but it's thin. When I did it with the laminated, let me see if I have one. So it's gonna be very tough for me to try to show you guys this. Let's see what's up. So it's very tough to tell, but these are the stickers with sticker paper and laminate over it. You do get your gloss, but you also get like your bubbles in it. It's tough, unless you got a very expensive laminating machine. And a lot of them start to curve like this because of the laminate, kind of, pushing it, pulling it back in, and they're much stiffer. So if you could, trying to, it's there, stiffer, and this one, you're beautiful. And, this, you bend it, this and that, you twist it, it just doesn't distort it, which is great. These are cool, these are good. Again, I put the laminate on for the vinyl. Compared to it, again, let me try to put the camera here for you guys. The color on the ink and everything like that is, it's a big difference on it, which is great. So again, that paper is super cheap. I think 15 bucks for 100 sheets plus the laminate, another 10 bucks I think for 50 sheets. So it's cheaper, but the quality is not there. Like, Yeah, I got so much laminate and sticker paper left over. I don't know what to do with it now because I'm just using this now. This is fantastic. Cheap stickers, something like this. Probably looking again, 50 cents a sticker. You sell it to somebody. This is great. We almost got $5 here on one sheet. This sheet costs us 25 cents to make. So it's a nice markup what you guys get, and again, it's just a great project. So those are the cutting settings what we have here. I'm gonna put this in on a cutting machine on the Cameo here. We'll be right back, and I'll show you guys the final product. I can't wait. Alright, ladies and gents, this is why I set my settings the way I do on the machine, because it just comes right off. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. We are looking fantastic. I'm in love. Guys, check these stickers out. It's so vibrant, it's so beautiful. I love them. It came out great. I'm telling you guys, this is fun. A lot of people, try to stray away from stickers. So I did enjoy making this video. I know it was a lot longer than most expected to stick around, but if you did stick around, I appreciate it. Throw a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys want. If you guys have any questions, please put them down in the comments below. I'll definitely answer them. If you, if we do have people, Cricut people watching, let me know. I'll dust off my other machine. I'll try to, figure out how to do it on the Cricut. I'll show you guys on that as well if you want. But yeah, guys, this came out beautiful. See how this came out with the stars here? How we cut it around? Guys, it's fantastic. Fantastic. Guys, look at the gloss. Beautiful. I'm telling you, from that picture what you guys saw, running it through the inkjet definitely got rid of that. So this looks, this came out fantastic. I love it, guys. I love these stickers. Vibrant colors. The ink is great. It's awesome. Guys, thank you again for checking out Gamers Quest. I hope this helped you guys. Please let me know if it did in the comments below. And let's get the stickers going, guys. Again, you could bang out a lot of stickers. You could do labels for businesses. I started doing that for a couple people. Get like 8 of them on one sheet. It's a nice markup again. They come out beautiful. Guys, thank you again for checking in. See you next time.